Hey, what's up? DFS Rico coming at you with my picks and insight for this League of Legends LPL 2-game slate on Monday, July 13th. We have ourselves a 2-game slate, had ourselves a 4-gamer yesterday. Picks were solid. Gen G ended up dominating. Playing that one-off with Faker was very good. I ended up playing a lot of Gen G, a lot of LGD, just because of the way the lineups fit, and I had a decent amount of T1. I know they ended up losing, but if you were just playing Faker, even Teddy was pretty solid as well. But Gen G ended up coming dominating, and they were my favorite plays yesterday as well. And then I had some decent amount of RNG, which was super solid, which a lot of the guys over there in the Discord were able to benefit as well. It was a good night, honestly. Today, we're going to get back to it. We only have a 2-game slate, so expect to be tying with a lot of people. Or if you really want to be different, you're going to have to play somebody from the losing team, which can benefit sometimes, depending on lineup construction and stuff like that. If you're trying to fit, me personally, I always want an AD carrier, a mid laner in the captain spot. So sometimes if I'm leaning with the 2 favorites, you're going to have to pick some players from the underdog or the losers as well. But I've won like that before. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have won like that before. So you just got to take chances and be different. Got to find ways to be different on these 2-game slates. Don't be afraid to be different and take chances, depending how many lineups you're playing. But yeah, before I get into it, if you could like, comment, subscribe, I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I finally got over 300 subscribers. Finally got more Patreon members. Finally got just a good following. I really do appreciate it. I like the time that people take out to watch the videos, like, and even dislike if you don't like, but it's all right. Let's just keep it up. Let's keep this winning going. This train going right before the big sports come back, and then we'll continue to grow that following from there and just continue to win more money from there. All right. Going over to Vegas, we got Top Esports versus Victory 5 in a matchup that should be pretty close. I think Vegas is predicting that, obviously, that Top Esports is going to blow them out, but I don't think that's the best way to look at it, and I will get into that once I get over to DraftKings. And then we got Suning Gaming versus Billy Gaming, and I think the odds in this one should be closer. It's a toss-up in my opinion, for sure. And then starting lineups, we got Suning versus BLG. Same lineups for Suning that they've been having for a long time, it feels like. And then BLG's been doing some swaps, like around their support, their top laner, their jungler, and they've been a lot better now. With Meteor in the jungle position, they've been a lot better. I was going back and looking at film, and they've been looking very, very solid with Meteor at the jungle position. And then we got Top Esports with Victory 5. Top Esports, same lineup they've been having all split. And then V5, same lineup they've been having all split. Why change it up? You got the 2 best teams in the LPL, Top Esports versus V5. The number 1 and the number 2 seed. You got Top Esports coming in with 18.1 kills per game. And then you got 9.8 deaths per game. Then you got V5, which is a slower paced team. They do like to slow the game down. If you've watched any of their games, you would see they like to slow the game down. Even when they're playing against fast teams, that's the way they win. 12.5 kills and 8.3 deaths per game. These 2 teams do have the highest KDAs in the entire LPL. Top Esports is the better team at First Blood, First Tower, Dragon Control, and Jungle CS. So they are the better team, but V5 is ranked right behind them in every single one of those categories. They are the number 1 and the number 2 team in all those stats in the entire LPL. And for good reason. That's why they're the 2 best teams in the LPL, right? Because they get the objectives. That's how they win. And then you got V5. The only thing they were better at was Baron Control, but Top Esports was right behind them in that same exact category as well. My favorite play for Top Esports, if I'm just going to pick one player, it's going to be Knight. Knight, 7.8k. Just super solid. 6 kills per game and 8.2 assists per game with 79% kill participation. He's just been super solid. I do prefer him over Jackie Love, but I think a lot of ownership will go towards Knight. So if you do want to be a little different, and if you could fit him into your captain spot, I would recommend putting Jackie Love in there instead of Knight. But myself, not playing that many lineups on these 2 gamers, I will be playing Knight as much as I can in the captain spot for sure, because I do think somewhere where V5 lacks is their mid laner with Mole, because if you match them up position across position, they're pretty solid up top, both of them. Then you go to the jungler. Karsa is about even with Weiwei. The way Weiwei's been playing, he's been playing super solid. He's had 100-point games this split, and Karsa's been just Karsa. He's just been proving why he's one of the best players in the world, honestly. And then you got the mid laner where Knight and Mole, I think that's the biggest gap. Mole, I don't think he'll be able to keep up with the aggressiveness and the skill level of Knight. And then you got Jackie Love and Sam D. V5 only goes as far as Sam D and Weiwei take him. Sam D does lead the team in every statistical category: kill share, kill participation, and then kills per game. So he is their main piece, and I feel like they're going to try to find ways for Knight to get down to that bottom lane and really apply pressure and make sure Sam D doesn't get into a kind of groove and make sure the game doesn't drag on too long, because I think that's the way V5 likes to play. They like to slow down the game early and take advantage late game. Top Esports, on the other hand, likes to play very aggressive. So if they can capitalize on their aggressiveness early game, I do like Top Esports to pull off the victory. So with that being said, I don't mind playing like 369, some Yu Yanjia, and if you can fit a Jackie Love, which the way I've been looking at it, if you build your lineups with BLG, you can fit an AD carry or a mid laner on your top lane in your captain spot. And then you got Suning and BLG. If you pick Suning, you would have to fit like a top laner or support. So it just kind of depends which way you guys want to go. If you want to play the upset in the Suning and BLG game, you will be able to fit your carries, a good carry, into your captain spot, which is usually, like I say, what I want to do. Because this other game is very close. When you're going position by position in the Suning and BLG, it's close. Both of these teams are solid. If you look at the wins and loss, you will be like, oh, Suning is a better team. They're 13-9 in games, and Billy Gaming is 8-12 in games, right? But ever since Meteor has joined, they're 5-3 in games where he's joined. They almost beat Invictus Gaming, which is a top 4 team in the LPL. And they should have. They beat him game 1. They should have beat him game 2. And then even if when they lost game 2, they should have beat him game 3. Like, they were ahead in all those games, and it just came down to, I think, miscommunication. The fact that they are they're still grooving and gelling. They've been subbing a lot of players. So early on right now, I think I'm liking BLG more, but only because of roster construction. I'm just going to take my chances. If I am going to be playing anyone from BLG, I like to start my lineups with Meteor. Has already shown his 100+ point upside in 130 points. And then LNG, he put up 82. And even against IG, he put up a solid 62. Even if you just play him as a one-off because you're of roster construction, I don't mind that as well. But both of these teams are pretty evenly balanced. I do go over it a lot in my Patreon, so just make sure you guys get over there. My key is going to be trying to include as many top esports players as I can. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt. But like I said, don't count out V5. I can completely understand if somebody wants to play V5 tonight. They're the last hope to stop top esports from going undefeated.